What's up, YouTube? We've got Donald, Michael, James, and Darryl here from Zephyr Wargames, and we are bringing you our ban list discussion. So basically, the cards that we think are going to change position, change places, go onto the ban list, anything like that. We've tried to narrow it down to our five, just so they don't take too long. But they're kind of like our five main cards that we think need to be changed in one way or another. So we're going to start off with Donald, so Donald can go through his five.
So first one on my list is Bahamut Shark, because just like Polytomias, this allows generic water decks to go easy access to Toad. Second one is Kieran, because with Metaphors running around and Pendulum decks being still strong, and they're still running the one Kieran, I ought to feel that we ought to get rid of the whole engine of Kieran and just ban it outright.
So these are your ban cards, yeah?
Yeah. But I guess number 3 on the list to be changed, Solemn Strike needs to be hit to 1, because, well, Solemn Strike is, to be fair, a very powerful card, and just like Solemn Warning and all the Solemn counter traps, by paying 15 to negate a special summon or monster effect is, very effective in this day and age. Another one on my list, I would like to say Union Hanger being limited, simply because, of course, ABCs, by hitting Union Hanger to 1, it greatly reduces their effectiveness and consistency. So hopefully this would allow other decks to take the format instead of keeping it ABCs. And lastly, I would like to say Dimensional Barrier to at least be semi-limited, if not limited, simply because of the way it can just stop one-turn games, or no, one-turn boards or one-turns, and gives you the advantage in this day and age. One turn is all you really need. So that's it for my 5.
All right.
On to Michael.
Michael's 5.
All right, so thought long and hard about this. So I think in terms of, I'll start from the top. In terms of being semi-limited, I think it's quite obvious. Solemn Strike. Card's been at 3 for a while. It's still at 3 in the OCG, but I believe since things are quite different over here, we don't have any kind of form of back row hate. Something needs to be done about it. Card just produces too much advantage going first. It hits so many different things. Something needs to be done. So I think that will go to 2. Another card which I believe will go to 2 would be Union Hanger. Let's face it, the whole deck revolves around that field spell. Immediately it produces insane boards going first. Just putting it to 2, not to 1, because of course that might cripple the deck to the point where it's unplayable. So I believe to 2 is quite acceptable. Going to 1 now, limited. I believe Heavy Storm should come back. I just believe that we need another card to help players going second. The fact that they can hit scales is also something which I believe is good. I believe pendulums are on their way out right now. Something needs to be done to address them, and also the incredible amount of back row we have. This is also another way of hitting things like Solemn Strike and Warning and all these other sort of cards that people might set going first. Another card which I've got here is Omega. That's Cyframe Lord Omega to 1. It's not only a generic card, but we've also got that Theseus Fusion that has just come out, which is about to come out in Raging Tempest. And I just believe that Omega, being generic, is going to be incredibly accessible to so many decks. Something obviously needs to be done about it. The card just hits too many things and just accelerates too many strategies. So moving on to banned. One card which I, without a doubt, think needs to get hit is Vanity's Emptiness. That's just such a terribly designed card. The fact that it just outright stops special summons. It does have that ability to self-destruct, but again, if you're playing something like Pendulums, you could really easily bypass that. Decks like Metal Foes can abuse the hell out of that card. So I've just seen so many games, particularly, for example, the final of YCS Bochum, just so many games can be decided just on that card getting flipped. And yeah, that's my cards.
That's your 5. James, your 5.
I feel I only really wrote down some limited and some banned, but I feel Union Hanger is going to hit to 1 to basically stop ABCs and let the either DDDs or the Zodiacs take a format. Also, I feel like Heavy Storm or maybe Harvest of a Dust will come back to 1, as Michael said, to give people who go second a chance and to give them an advantage. Three things I feel get banned is Magic Spectre Kieran, as it just messes up people's boards and messes up games. But Hard to Boot Shark, as it's basically Toad in any deck. And it makes Toad just specifically for its deck it was made for, and stops any water-based deck getting Toad. And Speedroid Terratop, I feel, will get banned as well to give DDD a bit more of a chance and to slow down most Zodiac builds that are going to be coming out.
Okay, so that's your 5. My 5, quite straightforward, quite simple. Kieran, I think it's kind of the one. It's been hitting the OCG. Yes, it's not as good as at 1. It's not as strong or powerful, but it's still a very strong card when it does hit the board. So I think definitely Kieran needs to be hit. Not so much what I want to be hit, but the signs from Konami make it look like Norden might get hit itself and be completely wiped off. I feel with Terratop, me personally, I don't want to see it get banned. Maybe slowing down the engine is a better way of doing it, taking it down to 2, making it semi-limited. But when you actually look at the Terratop engine, it's not that OP or overpowered unless you take into account Tuckenton Borg. So the reason the Terratop engine is so OP is, yes, you get the special summon, you then get the search of Tuckenton Borg, and then the special summon of Tuckenton Borg. Whereas if you take away Tuckenton Borg, those that were going to play the Terratop engine can still then change it to Triad Dice, but they have to normal summon that Triad Dice. They lose that extra normal summon. So it's still a viable engine, it's just not as overextensive, because I don't want to be seeing stuff like Speedways getting hit, the fun decks that can play it. But I completely understand if Konami do decide to do that. I think with Union Hanger, there's no real point. Like, you hit it down to 1, you can replace it with, like, if you hit it to 2, that third spot just goes to a terraforming. So it needs to either be hit to 1, which I think slows it down too much. It just means you're going to be hoping to draw into your terraformings instead, or you get rid of it. But I don't think ABCs, they're definitely a meta deck, and they're definitely hard to deal with, but I don't think they're running away with it, especially with the Zodiacs around the corner. And again, the Zodiacs is just going to be a engine for now, until, is it Maximum Crisis? Maximum Crisis comes when they can be probably played pure to its full extent. I would still like to see Construct come off the list to 1. I don't think it's going to change that much. I don't think the second it comes off, Shadows are going to be meta and like groundbreaking again. I just think it gives them that edge back. So there might be a fun deck to run in this day and age in the meta. I think that's well over my 5. But I agree with Bahamut Shark as well. It's nice enough to play it in Toad Heroes and stuff like that. But like Ptelemaios, it should have been designed for a specific deck. Whereas because it's designed for a generic deck, it's being abused. Again, with Omega as well, it's well overdue a reprint. But with the new zombie cards coming out, with the new fusion coming out, with lawn mowing, Omega, you can easily get a couple of those on board straight away and hand loop your opponent. So being able to take out that, like having it at 3 or 2, is a definite. I definitely think it needs to go down to 1 just to limit that. So they're probably my main kind of point outs, but I don't feel there's a need for an emergency ban list as of yet until we see what the Zodiacs can do. I don't feel that there's anything too much in the meta. Like, so Vanity's Emptiness, it's funny when you look back at that card and it was allowed to be at 3 at one point. It's a double-edged sword with Vanity's Emptiness, which is probably why it's allowed to survive a little bit longer. I think Maxi as well. Maxi is holding back the progression of DDDs. If Konami want to push the DDDs, then maybe they have to ban Maxi just for now. For the pure fact that if they want to be promoting them, Maxi hurts that deck massively. I mean, there's way to counteract like Lava Golems and Kaijus and stuff like that with Mask of Restricts, Vanity's Fiends and stuff like that. But Maxi, they can't really stop or help.
And Zodiacs, if they really want to promote Zodiacs, honestly, Maxi hurts the deck a lot more.
Yeah, because they're just constantly like draw.
They will be able to constantly draw a lot more from even just from the engine. They will be able to get like +7 draws just from the engine itself.
So Maxi will be an interesting one to go. Unfortunately, the format that we are in at the moment is a first turn format. It's more about hand traps than actual set back row traps, like Michael was saying. I think more decks are going more spell heavy and less reliant on back row as much. I feel that strike can go either way. I don't think there's little point putting it at 2 because I don't think that changes too much in the game. I think going down to 1, obviously it does change the game, but I don't feel it's as OP as the warnings and the strike. Is it Judgment?
Yeah,
Judgment. I don't think it's as strong as those. Anyway, so that's kind of like our ban list thoughts, predictions, what we would like to see changed coming up in this ban list. Now, obviously, we have been waiting forever for it, so it wouldn't surprise me if by the time this video drops, the ban list comes out very, very short, very, very close to it. We will be doing some more discussions. We'll be doing like a meta discussion. We'll also be doing like a discussion on Rage in Tempest, the set that comes out next week for the TCG, because no doubt that's going to be an expensive set and a format changing set. So, thanks for watching. Unless anyone else has any other anything else they want to say about the ban list, anything else that they feel that's really important that needs to be hit or changed, or just
everything else seems to be a bit of fun. Like
right, we'll go with this. Name one card that you would like for fun to come back off the list.
I would like to see either Gateway or Judgment, Spellbook of Judgment, because those two decks aren't doing anything.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 Ams and.
For me, it would have to be El Shadow Construct or Book of Moon. It's a very skill intensive card. I don't know why it's limited.
Yeah, that should come off. Yeah.
It's also a good card going second. So, yeah.
I like Book of Moon. James, anything you want to see come off?
Solemn Judgment, or if we're very lucky, Graceful Charity.
Oh wow.
Yeah, if we're lucky. Yeah. I think definitely Construct. To be totally honest, I would like them to errata Patelamias. They just need to change that to only tellers.
2 log 4 tellers.
Yeah, because it's a really good card, don't get me wrong, but I feel if it's specific to tellers, yes, they can put up a fight in today's meta, but I don't think they're that broken. So to being able to let them have Patelamias back as specifically them might not be that bad. Anyway, so that is it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. We will be putting up more discussions. We will be putting up more videos throughout this week. It is the build up to the rate sneak peek, and it is the build up to the rate release set. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and Donald, as always,
happy dueling.
If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.